fans, and welcome to another French Fried Trains Minecraft locomotive tutorial. Today, we're going to be building this KCS AC44CW in the Southern Belle paint scheme. So let's get right into the build here. So the first step is to take out a dark oak stair for the coupler, and we'll get that attached up. Underneath that, we'll put a dark oak fence gate, and also a dark oak fence gate on either side of the coupler here. Then on the next block down, we're going to put 3 polished blackstone blocks on bottom with an upside down polished blackstone stair facing outward on either side of it. Then 5 polished blackstone blocks across the top of it, come in front of it in a 3 block tall T-shaped pattern in the middle. Then an end rod on bottom above each rail, and in front of that, a 5x3 of polished blackstone blocks coming out to each side of the tracks. Then we're going to put a dark oak button on the top corner here and on this side here. Then 3 oak slabs across this top middle and 3 oak slabs coming up this gap for stairs. Same thing on this side here. Then we'll swing around in front of it and do our wheels. So skip 1 block forward down on the rails and get a netherite on each rail with an end rod axle. Then we're going to put 2 rows of polished deep slate slabs on the upper hitbox, 5 blocks wide. Then another set of netherite wheels with an end rod axle. Then another 2 rows of polished deep slate slabs on the upper hitbox, that's 5 blocks wide. Then a final set of netherite wheels with an end rod axle. Then we'll open dark oak fence gates into the ends of the wheels here, and also into the ends of the wheels down on this side here. Then we'll go back to polished blackstone blocks, and we'll fill in the top middle 3 on this second layer down the length of the truck here. We're going to come out 1 block past where the fence gates are, and then we'll come underneath it here and put 3 on bottom. Then, coming off the side of that bottom block, we're going to put a line of upside down, outward facing polished blackstone stairs coming forward, and that's going to be 15 blocks long in total. Once you have that, 3 polished blackstone blocks across this end, and then same thing on this side, a row of upside down polished blackstone stairs, 15 blocks long to frame in the bottom of our fuel tank on this side. Then we'll go back to a polished blackstone block, and we'll continue filling this top middle 3 down the length of the fuel tank here. For now, we'll stop at the end of the fuel tank. Then we'll skip 1 block forward down on the rails and get a netherite on each rail with an end rod axle. Then 2 rows that are 5 wide of polished deep slate slabs on the upper hitbox. Then another set of netherite wheels with an end rod axle. Then another 2 rows of polished deep slate slabs, 5 blocks wide, on the upper hitbox. And a final set of netherite wheels with an end rod axle. Open dark oak fence gates into the ends of the wheels here, and also into the ends of the wheels down on this end. Then go back to polished blackstone block and continue filling the top middle 3. We'll stop above where these fence gates are. In front of that, we're going to make a 5x3 of polished blackstone blocks coming out to each side of the tracks. In front of that, a T-shaped pattern in the middle with an end rod on bottom above each rail. In front of that, 3 polished blackstone stairs on bottom and an upside down stair facing outward on either side. On top of that, a block in the middle, 2 upside down stairs facing forward on either side of that. Then 3 oak slabs up here, 3 oak slabs on the side here, and 3 oak slabs coming up this side here. Take out a dark oak stair, turn around and get it stacked up for the coupler. Delete the ones we used for placement. Put a dark oak fence gate under it, and also a dark oak fence gate on either side of the coupler here. Then we're going to come on the sides of the trucks and put a hopper in front of all 3 of the wheels. Same thing here, hoppers in front of these wheels. Then we'll do the other side. Hoppers in front of the wheels here, and hoppers in front of the wheels here. Then above each of the hoppers, we're going to put a polished deep slate slab. Same thing here. And then we do the other side. Polished deep slate slab above these hoppers. And one more corner to go. Slabs above these 3 hoppers. Then my front end's facing the void. So we're going to come over here to the conductor side. Put a bell right there in front of the fuel tank. And then a full line of polished blackstone blocks on the fuel tank on this side. On this other side, we're going to put 2 polished blackstone on the back of the fuel tank and 3 on the front. Then come back here and we're going to put a line of 4 anvils and then 4 anvils up here for air tanks. Then we're going to do our fuel caps and gauges here. So we're going to come up here. We put a player head, crimson button, and then same thing on this side on the front, a player head and a crimson button. And then in this gap, we'll put a sideways crimson sign and a player head. Over here on this side, aligned with that gap, we're going to put a crimson button and a player head. Behind the fuel tank here, we're going to put a brewing stand on each side. Then take out a chain and put a chain in these 2 gaps here on the second layer. Come up here, a chain on this side, and then a chain in these 2 gaps up here. Then we're going to fill the top middle 3 on this 3rd layer, end to end, with polished blackstone blocks. Then on the top outside edge here on the 3rd layer, we're going to go end to end with yellow concrete on both sides of the locomotive. After that, we'll swing up front and come on top of it. And on the 3rd block back in the middle, a yellow concrete, and to the right of it, a door. Then on the other side of the door, black concrete, and 2 black concrete on the other side. On the next layer, fill it all with yellow concrete. Then, on the 3rd layer up, in the middle, we're going to put a glowstone where our headlight will be. And then on either side of that, we're going to put a red concrete. Behind that, on the bottom of each side, we're going to put a red stone block and then a yellow concrete above it. On the side of the red stone block, a crimson sign, and we're going to type out Kansas City Southern with each word on its own line. Then we're going to hit that with yellow dye and a glowing sack. And we'll do the same thing over here. So a crimson sign on this redstone block. Type out Kansas City Southern again. And then we'll hit that with yellow dye and a glowing sack. Then we'll come on top here behind this and put 3 red concrete across this top. Turn this way and a red nether brick stair on either side facing forward. And actually take out the blocks on either side of this headlight and put a sideways, outward facing red nether brick stair on each side so it looks like that. Then we'll put a red carpet on each of these corners and a T-shape of red carpet on the very top up here. Then we'll swing around to this side and work on the cab. On this side on bottom, a black concrete, and then we need 2 sideways observers, and then a black concrete. On this other side, a black shulker box, 2 black concrete, a black shulker box. Then, above that on each side, 4 yellow concrete. Then above that on each side, we're going to do 4 red concrete. Then we're going to take out light blue stained glass, 2 of them across here, red concrete, and 2 more. Then 2 light blue stained glass panes on each side, and a red concrete behind that. Then we'll come on top of the windows here on the front, and put 3 red concrete on the middle 3. Behind that, a 3x3 of andesite blocks, and then 4 outward facing andesite stairs across the top on the side. Same thing over here on this side. Next, we're going to come up behind the cab here on the top middle and bring a row of 7 red concrete back. Then 2 cobbled deep slate and red concrete on the back with 1 on each side. 2 iron bars on each side of the cobbled deep slate. On this side, we're going to put a red concrete, and then we need to get 3 sideways observers coming forward with a block of space between each of them. Then we'll fill these gaps with red concrete. The other side's slightly different, so come over here. Starting from the back here, we're going to do a red concrete, then 2 sideways observers, a red concrete, and put a dark oak sign on it. Then another sideways observer here, and 2 red concrete. Then we're going to come down to the bottom here, 1 block in from the edge, and bring black concrete down to the back of this section. We'll do the same thing on this side. Then above that, a layer of yellow concrete. And same thing over here. On this engineer side up here, we're going to put a door right behind the cab. And then fill the rest of this to the end of this section with red concrete. And then same thing over here, except there's no door on this side. So fill this all with 2 layers of red concrete down to the end of this section here. Then on this side on bottom, starting from the cab, put 7 black concrete coming backwards for the inverter box. Then 7 yellow concrete above it, and 7 red concrete above that. Behind this box, we're going to put a deep slate tile wall in this bottom corner here. Then we'll come around and work on the other side. Starting under this door on bottom, we're going to put 2 black shulker boxes, 2 black concrete, 2 black shulker boxes. Then 1 yellow concrete below that door. Now we'll come up on the side of the cab in the yellow stripe here with an oak sign. And we're going to put our locomotive number, which for this one is 4589. Hit that with red dye and a glow ink sac. And we'll do the same thing on this other side. So an oak sign right here with 4589. Then we hit that with red dye and a glow ink sac. Come up front under the headlight with an oak sign, and we'll type out KCS in all capital letters, and we'll hit that with red dye and a glow ink sac. Next, we'll come to the back of the locomotive on top, in the middle on the 3rd block in, and put a black concrete. Then 1 here and here, then a layer of yellow above it, and then 3 layers of red concrete above that. In front of this, in the middle, we're going to put a cobbled deep slate, and we're going to bring it forward in a line that's 8 blocks long right up the middle. And then we're going to raise that up until it's 3 blocks tall. Then we'll come back here on this side, 3 deep slate tile walls in a column, skip another column of 3, skip a block again, and another column of 3. Then we're going to put black concrete on bottom in between these first 2 columns here. So here and here. Then on bottom here, we're going to do an iron bar, and then 1 on the very front and a black concrete in between there. Then 3 yellow concrete up here, yellow concrete here and here. And actually, the yellow concrete closest to the back needs to be an iron bar. Then the next yellow concrete, close a trap door on for a brake wheel. Up here, we're going to do iron bar on each side with a red concrete in the middle, and then a red concrete in between these columns. Then we'll come to the other side, which is slightly different. On this side at the back, a column of 3 deep slate tile walls, skip a block in another column, skip a block in 2 columns, skip a block in another column. Then in between them on bottom, we put a black concrete, and then yellow concrete, and then red concrete. Then on top of this on each side, we're going to do 2 layers of red concrete to the front of this section. Same thing on this side over here. Then on the top back of this section, an andesite slab sticking out, and one on the very front of this section. In between them, a full row of upside down, outward facing, deep slate tile stairs. Then we'll do the same thing over here. So an andesite slab on the front and the back, and upside down, outward facing, deep slate tile stairs in between them. Then back to andesite slabs, 3 across the front here, and then come right down the middle of the top, and 3 across the back. And the gaps on each side, fill it with deep slate tile slabs to complete the radiator vents. Then we'll fill in this gap in the middle. So a single layer of black concrete across here and on the other side. Then a full row of yellow concrete. And then above that, 2 layers of red concrete. Same thing over here, 2 layers of red concrete. Then we'll come on this top middle, put a red concrete here, and fill this gap in the middle with andesite blocks. Come to the back of it, and we're going to put 3 andesite slabs across the back, then a smoker in the middle in front of it for the exhaust, then a slab on either side. At the front, 2 rows of andesite slabs. In the middle, open back-to-back dark oak fence gates for the horn, and then fill the rest of this section with andesite slabs. Then we're going to come up on top of the cab here, and in the very center middle 2 blocks of the cab roof, we're going to put 2 quartz slabs. On either side of that, we're going to put 2 levers going into each other for antennas. Then we're going to take out light gray carpet, 3 of them up here, and we'll fill all the rest of this roof on top with light gray carpet to cover all this. Make sure we cover this vent as well, right back to here so the whole top is gray. Come down on top of the back here and put a light gray carpet on this very top block. Then we're going to take out gray wool, come down in this corner, knock out this block and put gray wool. Then we'll run a ladder up this left-hand side, but we're going to skip the second block down. Then gray carpet next to that gray wool, a T-shape of carpet here, and 2 on this side. Then we're going to come all the way up this walkway with gray carpet. When we get here, we'll have to come and stand on this and crouch to place the carpet on the shulker boxes. Then finish off the rest of these stairs with gray carpet. Up here, a T-shape of carpet on the nose. And then we'll come back and do this side. A line of gray carpet up here. Then all the way down this side on the walkway. Next, we're going to do our railings here. So we're going to take out an oak fence. And we're going to come up here in this corner. Right here, we're going to come up with our fence 4 blocks tall. Right here, we're going to come up 3. Then over 1, up 1, over 1, and up 1 in the middle. Same here, so we'll go up 3, over 1, up 1, over 1, up 1. Then up 4 right here. Then we'll come to the back and do this same pattern. So here we come up 4. Here we come up 3, over 1, up 1, over 1, up 1. Same here, so up 3, over 1, up 1, over 1, up 1. Then up 4 right here. Then we're going to switch to a dark oak fence, turn around right here and connect it up, and bring dark oak fences all the way up this walkway on the side of the locomotive. When we get right here, we're going to come up 3, and then we're going to make this little staircase coming down right here. Then at the top of this, we'll come forward again until it meets up with the cab. And I accidentally placed one over here. I had to go delete it. Then we'll do the other side, so come around, back down to the back here. And same thing here, we'll connect it up back here and run it all the way up this side of the locomotive with dark oak vents. When we get right here, we're going to come up one and then over again until we get here, then up one and over two. Come on front of the nose here, put a glow item frame on each of these fences with glowstone for ditch lights. Then a glow item frame and a glowstone up here for the headlight. Then on each side above the windows, a dark oak sign with our locomotive number, which for this one is 4589. Then we'll hit both of those with white dye and then a glow ink sac. Then we're going to come detail the rear end here. So go ahead and come down to the back. Back here, a crimson sign on the second block down on each side with 4589. Then we'll hit those with yellow dye and then a glow ink sac. Then on this top middle, two glow item frames with glowstone for the rear headlights. And then if you want rear ditch lights, glow item frames down here with glowstone. Now we'll do the interior, so come in through this nose door. We'll put an end portal in this corner for a toilet, then take smooth sandstone slabs in a column up to the bottom of the windows right here. Then same thing on this side. On the side here, we stack our slabs 2 blocks tall. Same thing in the back. Then in the middle, we use our slabs to make a staircase coming down. Then we stack them 2 blocks tall on this side as well. Come back here, a blast furnace in the middle with glowstone above it. Then a stair on each side for seats. Turn around, a slab up here. A glow item frame in the middle with an end crystal, and a lever for the engineer. Then come back down here, and put a door right here. Now the interior's done. And there we have it, folks. We've completed our KCS AC44CW in the Southern Belle paint scheme. I hope you enjoyed the build. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And everyone have a great week. Stay safe out there, rail fans.